These are my monster truck toys. This monster truck's name is Grave Digger. This monster truck's name is Grave Digger. And this monster truck's name is
Grave Digger! Oh.
I have 3 monster truck toys. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 monster truck toys. 1, 2. I have 1 monster truck toy. I have 0 monster truck toys. 1, 2, 3. 3 monster truck toys. Look at this grave digger. Let's learn the shapes that make up this grave digger. Okay, the wheels and the tires, yeah, they're circle. 1, 2, there's 2 circles. Oh, but then there's 2 on the other side, so there's actually 4 circles, 4 wheels and 4 tires. Okay, and then the body, yeah, the body of the monster truck. It's kind of a weird shape, but let's break it down into 2 smaller shapes, okay? So this right here, yeah, we can make that a rectangle. And then this front part where the engine is, yeah, we can make it another rectangle. So 2 rectangles and then 4 circles. You only can see 2 though. Whoa, I loved learning my shapes with you, with this Gravedigger monster truck toy. Okay, enough playing with these monster truck toys. Let's watch some real monster trucks going off some jumps. Whoa! That was really fun learning our shapes and a little bit of counting with these monster truck toys.
Bim, bim, bim.
Whoa! Woo! Woo! Hey! It's me, Blippi! Look! It's some dinosaurs! Look at all of these dinosaurs! Whoa! I think we should sing and dance to the dinosaur song. And when we get back, I'll take a closer look at with you all of these dinosaurs and the names of each dinosaur. Wow, this is gonna be fun.
A long time ago on this planet Earth, before we ever existed, another kind of creature ruled the land, and this is a song for them. Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, oh I love dinosaurs, 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 prehistoric dinosaurs. Stegosauruses were bigger than elephants, but their brains were the size of a peppermint. Triceratops had 3 horns on their head in case they ever needed to defend. The Brachiosaurus had a really long neck, and at the end was a itty bitty head. Pterodactyls would soar through the sky. Their wings were enormous in size, and if they stood up straight on the ground, they would be as tall as a giraffe. Dinosaur, dinosaur, oh I love dinosaurs. Raptors were smart and fast, and like wolves they would hunt in packs. The Elasmosaurus was the king of the deep. He'd swim around in the sea. The Ankylosaurus had a tail like a hammer and a body that was built like a tank. And the Spinosaurus had a spine like a sail, and they looked quite a bit like a crocodile. Oh boy, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the king of the dinosaurs. They'd roam the land on their big back legs and let out a mighty roar. They were large and fierce, and they only ate meat. They had the biggest, sharpest teeth.
But my little tiny arms are always just kinda hanging there off of my body.
Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, oh I love dinosaurs, 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 prehistoric dinosaurs.
Whoa! Rah! The dinosaur song is so much fun! And look at these dinosaur toys! Yeah, these are my dinosaur toys, and I really like them. I like them a lot because this pack of toys comes with a Brachiosaurus, like in the song. Yeah, it has a really long neck. Whoa, like a giraffe, but even taller. Wow. And then a Triceratops, Whoa! Look at it. Has 3 horns on the top. 1, 2, 3. And then a stegosaurus. Yeah! Look at the plates on its back. Whoa! Stegosaurus. Wow! I like the stegosaurus. It sounded like this. Yep, that's the stegosaurus. Brachiosaurus, stegosaurus, triceratops. And 2 more. Yeah, this little one. It's not so little in real life. It is the velociraptor. Yeah, velociraptor. It was also in the dinosaur song. And the king and the queen of all the dinosaurs. The Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, also known as T-Rex. Such a cool dinosaur. All of these dinosaurs are really cool and were in the Blippi Dinosaur song. If your child loves dinosaurs and they want these dinosaur toys, these exact ones, and they're the best that I've ever found because they're really big. The link is in the description. You can check it out. Helps me out if you check it out because it's an affiliate link. Well, see you later. T-Rex. All right, bye. Hello. Hey, it's me, Blippi. I'm just hanging out with all of these bubbles. Whoa. I sure do love bubbles. Do you? Yeah. Well, in this video, you and I are gonna meet someone really cool that knows a lot about bubbles. Are you ready? Let's go. Wow, that is so cool.
Thanks, Blippi.
Yeah. Wait, who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Megan the Bubbleologist.
Bubbleologist? What does that mean?
Well, I make all types of bubbles.
Oh, bubbles? I love bubbles. Like, will you show me one?
Sure, I can make big bubbles.
Wow, that is a big bubble.
I can also make small bubbles.
Really? I'm so excited. Wow, look, those are small bubbles. Megan just made big bubbles and small bubbles. Wow, that is so cool. Can I try?
Of course.
Ooh, all right. What do I do?
Well, you can take any bubble wand that you want to use.
Okay, how about this one? Wow, this one is a big circle. Hello. All right, now what?
Well, you just stick it all the way into the bubble solution.
Okay.
And make sure it gets really wet.
Okay, here we go.
And then pull it out and wave it around.
Wow. That is awesome. My turn. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! It just popped. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! I did it again. This is awesome. Wow, that is a small bubble. Wow. I love making bubbles. It's so cool that all this equipment is so colorful. Oh, like this one. This is the color yellow and green.
This one is red and blue.
Wow, that is so cool. I love colors.
Did you also notice that when we were making bubbles earlier, you can see all types of colors in the bubble?
Oh, yeah, I see it. It kind of looks like a rainbow. How does that work?
Exactly. Well, the light shines on the bubble and refracts, so then you see all the different colors of the rainbow.
Wow, I love rainbows. Do you know the colors of the rainbow?
I sure do. They are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Woohoo! Colors, rainbows, and bubbles. Whoa! Whee! This wand is a triangle.
This wand is a star.
This wand is a square.
This wand is a heart.
And this wand is a flower.
Did you notice that all the bubbles that we made were circle-shaped bubbles?
Really? Why is that?
Because no matter what shape you use, a bubble is always going to be a circle-shaped bubble because a circle is the most efficient shape a bubble can make.
Oh, that makes sense now. That is so cool. But wait a second. Unless you use bubble magic, of course. Whoa, see you later. Bye-bye. Whoa! Whee! Wow.
Hey, I have a special bubble for you.
Really? What do you mean by special?
Well, I can make an insect bubble.
Wow, really? What kind of insect?
I'll give you a couple of hints.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's see, it likes to crawl on the ground.
Okay.
It likes to eat vegetables.
I love vegetables.
Also, it goes through a metamorphosis later in life.
Metamorphosis? I know what insect that is. Yeah, that is a caterpillar.
You got it, Blippi.
Okay, let's see this bubble.
All right, well first, I need my blue circle wand and my yellow straw.
Wow,
Whoop.
perfect. Wow. So it looks like you're putting one circle bubble on top of the other circle bubble.
That's right.
Another circle bubble. So we have 3 circle bubbles connected right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. And another one. 4 circle bubbles now. That's cool. Wow, I think caterpillars are really cool because they go through metamorphosis. Hey, I saw what insect it turns into. Yeah, after metamorphosis, they turn into butterflies. Here we go. Woohoo! Butterfly bubbles! Caterpillar bubbles! Woohoo! Whee! Whoa, check it out. It's a cloud bubble. Can I pop it?
Of course.
Here we go. Whoa. I love popping bubbles. Whee! Wow! Woohoo! Yeah! Whoa! That's a big bubble! Whoa! Whoa! So we have learned a lot about bubbles today. We learned about the colors of the wand, the colors of the bubbles themselves, shapes of the wand. We even learned about how some can be big and some can be really small. But you can't forget about those cute little insects. But what's this?
Well, I have a really big bubble wand for you.
Whoa, I love big bubbles. What do you do?
Well, it's a surprise.
Okay, I love surprises.
But first, I need you to step right in the middle of it.
Okay.
Now close your eyes.
All right.
Now open them.
Whoa, look at it. I'm inside a bubble. Whoa, this is awesome. Can we do that again, please?
Of course.
All right, here we go. Whoa, I'm swimming in a bubble. Whee! Yeah! Wow, what is that?
Well, this is the rainbow ball.
Wow, a rainbow ball? Let's see how it works.
All right, so first you open it up,
Whoa!
and then you spin around.
Whoa! It makes so many bubbles. And I bet you call it a rainbow ball because it has a lot of colors, huh?
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for teaching us about bubbles today, Megan.
Well, thank you, Blippi, for having me.
Awesome. Well, see you later.
Bye.
Whoa! Ooh. I'm dancing like a bubble. Whoa! That was so much fun learning about bubbles with you and shapes and colors, sizes, and insects. Well, this is the end of this video, but if you want to watch more of my videos, all you have to do is search for my name. Will you spell my name with me? B-L-I-P-P-I. Blippi. Good job. All right, see you later. Look at this tractor. The word tractor starts with the letter T. This is an uppercase T, and that is a lowercase t.
Tractors, oh tractors, they get the job done. Tractors work all day, tractors work all night. Gotta bale that hay, gotta bale it tight.
The letter T sounds like t, 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 tractor, tractor. Yeah! Oh, I have a game for us to play together. Okay, I got some eggs, and then I'll open the eggs up, and then the toys that are inside, you gotta tell me what toy starts with the letter T, okay? Let's see. Let's start with these eggs. Oh, these pink eggs. Oh, look what's inside. Yeah, there's dinosaurs inside. Okay, let's open up this one first. Ooh, look at this dinosaur. It doesn't start with T though, because this is a stegosaurus. That starts with the letter S. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, let's open up this one. Oh, whoa. Look at this dinosaur. Whoa, that's a giant dinosaur. It doesn't start with T though. It starts with the letter B, Brachiosaurus. Yep. Whoa, that's a big dinosaur, but it doesn't start with the letter T. Last but not least. Oh, yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It starts with the letter T. You might know him as the T-Rex. That's easy. Okay, let's put the dinosaurs away and we'll open up some more eggs. Let's open up these eggs. Okay, I wonder what's inside.
A cucaracha, a cucaracha.
Okay, let's open up the blue egg first. Whoa. Whoa! Yeah, it's a princess. Do you know her name? Cinderella. Doesn't start with the letter T. Whoa! Another princess. Yeah, that's Ariel. This one. Yeah, Tiana. She starts with the letter T. Tiana, Ariel, and Cinderella. Okay, we have some more eggs to open up. Ooh, more eggs. And there's animals in these. Okay, I'm gonna just open them all up and then you gotta tell me what one starts with the letter T. I'm not gonna tell you what one it is though. Ooh. What one of these animals starts with the letter T? Is it this one? Nope. This one? Yeah, the tiger. Because that one starts with the letter Z, it's a zebra, and that one is an E, elephant. Oh, let's bring out all the things that start with the letter T. Yeah, the T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then Tiana, and then Tiger. That was so much fun learning about the letter T with you and picking out things that start with the letter T. Let's watch some real tigers out in the wilderness and in the zoo. Oh, that was so much fun learning about the letter T with you. Tiana, tiger, T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and tractor. Rim, rim, rim. Well, I had so much fun learning about the letter T with you. Now you know what the letter T looks like and sounds like. T, tractor, Tyrannosaurus Rex, tiger, Tiana. There's so many things that start with the letter T. You can walk around and look around, and you can see what starts with the letter T. It's so much fun. Well, this is the end of the T video, so maybe see you again. Hey, it's me, Blippi, and look at what I have. Whoa, this is a lot of tools. I am so excited to use these tools today with you. But first, we need to shut the workshop garage door. Check this out. Oh, this is a chain. Whoa. Sounds cool. You can make music with it. Okay, anywho, you pull one side down and then it shuts the door. All right. There we go. Whoa. All right, back to the cool stuff. The tools. In this video, I am gonna use these tools. And yep, they are real tools. Like this handsaw. Or this cordless drill. But I'm gonna use all safety precautions that should be used at all times. And also, just because you're a wee young, you shouldn't use real tools. But what you can use are toy tools, like this hammer, ooh, pair of pliers, ooh, like this saw. But for this video, I, Blippi, am gonna use real tools with all safety gear on and safety precautions because I'm a grown-up and only grown-ups should use real tools. So first, let's listen to the Blippi Tool song. Ah!
When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. The wrench tightens pipes going clang, clang. A hammer hits a nail going bang, bang, bang. A drill is making holes going zzz, zzz. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear thuds and squeaks, cracks and rings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear bangs and booms, clangs and zings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. Cutting wires with some pliers going snip, snip. Cutting paper with some scissors going clip, clip. When you're working with tools, you've got to be real safe by wearing gloves on your hands and goggles on your face. And boys and girls, when you're working with tools, always follow mom and dad's safety rules. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear thuds and squeaks, cracks and rings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear bangs and booms, clangs and zings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things.
Whoa! So many tools to choose from. But first, we need our safety gear on. And what's really important are safety glasses. Yeah, so what they do is help protect your eyes. See? Nothing's hurting my eyes. Awesome. Okay, so we'll have those on. And then what we need to put on are safety gloves. So let's put one glove on, and then let's put another glove on. So that makes 1, 2 gloves. And you have to clap. Oh! Okay, and another set of safety gear is my earmuffs. We'll put these on later when we're ready for them. Okay, so now let's make sure we're nice and organized, because you can't be unorganized when you're doing hard work like this. So let's bring this right over here. Whoa! Okay, let's put this right here. And then, now let me show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this piece of wood right here. See how tall it is? Whoa, it's about up to my chest. And we need to cut this into a smaller piece. Whoa! See how big that piece of wood is? Whoa! All right, so let's set this piece of wood down right here. All right, and then we need to go get some tools. Do you know what tool to use to cut a piece of wood? Is it this? No, this is a broom and a dustpan. That's for cleanup time. Okay, let's see. Is it this tool right over here? No, this is a hammer. Boop, 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 boop. You hammer in nails with a hammer. That can't cut a piece of wood. Yeah, a saw. This is a hand saw, and this is what we're gonna use to cut a piece of wood. So let's put it right over here. Okay, and then, do you see this? Whoa, there's a cable attached to it. Do you know what that means? Yeah, it doesn't work right now because it doesn't have power. So we need to attach some power to it. All right. What over here can pull power? Is it this? This is a cordless drill. It gets power from its battery, see? But it can't provide power to this saw. Yeah, you're right. Good job. This is an extension cable. We plug this into the wall and then the saw into this, and then it'll have power. Let's plug it in. Look at this right here. This is where you plug it into. Let's plug it in. Yeah, I did it! All right, so now we need to find the other end. Whoa, whoa, here it is. Let's go. Let me show you a trick. So we need to plug these two together. But if you just plug them in, it's probably gonna come unplugged at some point. So check this out. Loop, swoop, and then plug. Loop, swoop, and plug. See? Now you can tug on it gently and it won't come unplugged. Perfect. Okay, so now this saw is live. So if you pull the trigger, it goes. So we'll keep this right here for now. And then we need to measure this piece of wood. So let's go over here and locate the tool that we can use to measure. Is it this? No, this is a standard screwdriver. Yeah, it's just screws and screws. Okay, we need something that you can use to measure. Yeah, a measuring tape. Yeah, right here. This is a measuring tape. Check it out. Whoa! Do you see these numbers? Yeah, these are numbers that tell you how short and small and long and big things are. Perfect. All right, let's take a marker, you know what that is, and now let's measure. Okay, all right, here we go. So let's measure this piece of wood. Whoa, it's really big. So let's measure it to, I know, 12 inches. Do you see the number 12? Right there, 12. It's 1 after 11 and 1 before 13. Yeah, so let's make a mark. Perfect. And that is 12 inches. Hey, did you know in some places of the world, 12 inches is 1 foot? Yep, so today we're measuring in inches and feet. But in some parts of the world, they measure in centimeters and meters. Okay, all right, let's put these tools back over here. And let's put on our earmuffs. Hello? What did you say? I can't hear you. Okay, anyways, let me get back to work. All right, so here we go. This is where I need to cut that line. And this is the saw I'm gonna use to cut it. And let me remind you again, this is a grown-up tool. And you should not use grown-up tools. But you can use child play tools. Those are really fun. Yeah, those toys are so fun to play with. Okay, but for now, we need to get some work done. So I'm gonna prop this up, line it up, and then when I pull the trigger, it's gonna go. Here we go. Yeah, look. Remember how this piece of wood used to be up to my chest? But now, it's up to my belly button. See? Now it's up to my chest. What? I can't hear you. Okay, let me take these off. All right, so we need this piece of wood. And actually, we need this piece of wood too. We need to screw them together like that. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, put that right here while we put this away. So first, let's unplug it. Perfect. All right, now, when you pull the trigger, nothing happens. So let's wrap up the cable and the cord, and let's stay organized and put it away. And then, let's wrap up the extension cable. All right, nice and organized. Hello! All right, put that right there. And now, we need to do two things. Remember how I said we need to screw in the two pieces of wood? So we need a screwdriver or a drill. And then the other thing we're gonna do is hammer in a nail. So we need a hammer and a nail. Let's find those items now. Okay, let's see. A hammer. Let's see. Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, a hammer. This is a hammer. You know what a hammer is. Boop, 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 boop. It hammers in nails. Okay, and let's see. Here's a nail. Perfect. Boop, boop, boop. Let's grab a second nail. Okay, so now I have 2 nails. Put it right over here. And then we need a drill and a screw. Do you see those? Yeah, here it is. Oh, wait a second. This is bolt cutters. This isn't what we need. Okay, what we need now, right here, the drill, the cordless drill. Whoa! And then 2 screws. Perfect. So we have everything we need. So let's move all this stuff back down to here. So we're gonna screw these in together. And then we're gonna nail this on top, okay? So let's screw it in. First, you take your drill and you start drilling nice and slow. Yep. Perfect. All right. And then here's another one. Perfect. There we go. See? Perfect. They stick together. Whoa. All right. So now what we need to do is put this right here. Do it a little bit further. Okay, so now, to keep this on top, we now need to hammer in 2 nails. Okay, so 1 nail, 2 nails, see? Okay, so let's start with the small one first. See how one's smaller than the other? Yeah, let's start with this one. Put it right there and make sure you don't hit your fingers. Perfect. There's one, and then here's another. Yeah, we did it. Check it out. Yeah. So we have 3 pieces of wood together. See, if I just hold this one, all 3 stayed together. And you know what I'm gonna do with this? Yeah. Oh yeah. This is my new back massager. Yeah. I love building things. Oh, yeah. That's the spot. Yeah, we did such a good job learning about tools today together. And remember, like I said, I used grown-up tools because I am a grown-up. But you should use toy tools and never use grown-up tools, real tools, until you're a grown-up, okay? Will you promise me that? Thank you so much. Well, this is the end of this video. But if you want to watch more of my videos, all you have to do is search for my name. Let's spell my name together, all right? B-L-I-P-P-I. Blippi. Good job. All right, now it's time for cleanup.
Clean up, clean up, clean up your stuff. Clean up, clean up, clean up your stuff. Clean up, clean up, clean up your stuff. Clean up, clean up. up, clean up your stuff. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. The wrench tightens pipes going clang, clang. A hammer hits a nail going bang, bang, bang. A drill is making holes going zzz, zzz. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear thuds and squeaks, cracks and rings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear bangs and booms, clangs and zings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. Cutting wires with some pliers going snip, snip. Cutting paper with some scissors going clip, clip. When you're working with tools, you've got to be real safe by wearing gloves on your hands and goggles on your face. And boys and girls, when you're working with tools, always follow mom and dad's safety rules. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear thuds and squeaks, cracks and rings. When you're working with tools, you hear all kinds of things. You hear bangs and booms, clangs and zings.